Fringe theory is based around the genre and trope of various horror and thriller media. Please view the episode description for a full list of content warnings. Thank you.
No, I don't think that Hollow wants to die, but I do know that she came all the way here because she was willing to do anything to get rid of this curse.
Give me your real name.
I'm not planning on getting into shitty situations with you guys regardless. My name is Midas Gold.
Millie looks up at Robin and blinks.
Hallow goes after Jean.
Steel's not gonna work here, but you figure that some cold iron would do the trick.
So here's the thing. You've seen the woman in your vision. You know that that's Hallow, and you know you have a picture of Hallow.
Hallow, they'll kill me.
What?
Hallow, they're going to kill me. I know they will.
What if you can't fix me?
Then I think it'd be in your best interest to stay here, at least until we can figure something out.
The way she sees it, these aren't really people. The way she sees it, she's doing her job as a monster hunter right now.
What scene happens next?
I think everybody stumbles out to the scene of the war. The main group walks out there and then sees Millie run out there with a chainsaw.
Oh my god, why does Millie have a chainsaw?
Jean just kind of grabs your arm, Hallow, and is like, oh my god, she has a chainsaw.
Whoa, she has a chainsaw!
I don't even know.
Why are you so worried about Millie having a chainsaw?
Over here!
What are you doing, Hallow?
I don't know. What do you do? Everyone wants to kill her boyfriend.
A bit rightly.
Yeah, I feel as though, realistically, it would solve quite a few problems.
The fighting has not breached the gate yet.
So no immediately tearing into flesh with a chainsaw. Whatever.
Well, you still can go out there, but it's just mostly the Fachans, maybe a Dullahan or two. General Eternal Hunger is still on the back lines. This is a preliminary attack.
I'm gonna be honest, I cannot go out there. Just gonna be honest, I can see the guy from here. Just a bad idea.
You see
Really?
Midas from here?
Yeah, no, I don't know, is there any way to get him to give me the name back?
If you ask really nicely.
Well, I mean, I'm just making sure if that's a thing in Fey rules. If there was a way.
If you ask him and he gives it back to you. I don't think he will, though. So, when you give a Fae your name, you basically enter into a pact with them. They own you now.
Well, Midas ain't going over there for a while.
Well, Midas is already over there.
Yeah, you're right.
No, Hallow, what are you doing?
Well, Jean kind of got into a fight with Midas and never really answered her on why he would have to die for the curse to work. So she's still thinking about that.
Are you gonna ask him?
I don't know if now's the time. Or no, I guess Millie did just run out with a bone chainsaw. Is she going to try and hurt you?
Oh, almost undoubtedly.
Why?
Wait, what? Why?
I'm not talking to you. I think Jean grabs you by the wrist, Hallow, and is like, if I'm going to talk, I would like to talk privately.
I'm willing to... Can I just eavesdrop on this?
Again!
Can they get a fucking conversation in?
It was dramatic the first time. This time I would like an act under pressure if you want to actually eavesdrop on this.
Fine. I'm willing to roll an act under pressure for this. Certainly.
Pete fucks up his act under pressure roll. He tries to sneak after them, and John sees him immediately.
Steps on a femur that's just been left on the ground.
7.
Okay, I've got a choice for you. If you do this, I am going to advance the clock.
Oh, great.
Oh, God. Wait, next on the clock is her dying, isn't it?
One after that.
Fuck.
That's, if he does this.
Shit.
If you do this, then you're going to be almost compelled to action.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. That also has other rammies.
Of course.
Bro, the rammies!
The clock's going to progress regardless.
Well, yes, but it wouldn't have for a little while longer. But anyways, you begin to walk away and then immediately turn around, and you hear Jean say, "Hallo."
She is listening.
Listen, Hallo, that woman in there. The only way to break a young Canuck's curse is to do, effectively, a heart transplant.
I think Hallo tilts her head. I'm not sure she knows what a heart transplant is. I don't think anybody ever explained one of those to her.
He taps his heart. They need this to save her.
Oh. There is no other way?
Well, with some magic you might be able to prolong it, but no, there isn't.
I do not want you to die.
I don't want to die either, Hallo. I don't... It really has been so long since I've been able to meet someone like you, to be able to connect with you, to connect with someone who understands, or at least could understand. I meant it when I said I loved you, Hallo. Hey, Midas, this is a truth.
Oh.
It'd be so much easier if it was a lie, wasn't it?
It would be so much easier if it was a lie.
The look on Midas's face right now.
You know, Pete hears that and is just like, oh.
Like, oh no.
Oh,
because
no.
He's also in real time putting together, like, what he's gotta do.
I won't let them hurt you. Do you know how we leave?
If I could just get that book again. Millie, was it? If I could just get the book from Millie, I would be able to recreate the magic circle and we could leave.
I could get the book back.
I would be so appreciative. You really did kind of fall into playing as the pararomantic, huh?
If you did not mean to.
Love wins. Love loses.
Love loses.
Love is losing, actually.
This is not... Love is not winning right now.
Love
Vivi. This is
is-
not what winning looks like for love.
Love is losing. Love is losing so hard. There's a woman dying in there.
I didn't go in intending to make, like, a doomed tragic love story. We just kind of got here on its own.
Flux made Jean to appeal to me specifically.
And I knew that Jean was a monster and I wanted to see what would happen.
Flux was like, Valentine, I'm gonna make a pretty boy with curly hair and freckles, and I'm gonna make him carry a guitar, and... Ooh.
Sorry.
I hate you. Hallo doesn't have lie detecting abilities. Do you mean it?
I do.
Is it because of her?
She's a pretty face, Hallo, but I didn't know until I found you how it would feel to go through the world alongside someone else when the endgame wasn't to steal their life essence by breaking their heart. To most of my contemporaries, I was nothing more than competition. You were different.
Different?
And if you would just accept what you were meant to be, then maybe you'd finally be able to see my perspective in the world.
I don't know what I am.
You are magnificent. You are the apex predator.
I do not like hurting people. I'm trying to think. Do her teammates know that Hallo killed a child?
Excuse me?
You did what?
I don't think she told them.
I guess we never made a definitive statement on it?
I don't think she's ever told them.
I think we just know that you went out and killed someone, and we just
No.
didn't talk about it.
She killed a child long before she met any of them.
Hallow's killed, multiple people.
Many
At least a
people.
dozen.
At least a dozen. More than that. She's been alive for a long time.
Well, what does that change? I want to hear your thought process. What does that change?
I don't know. I just feel like Midas learning that Hallo killed, a young child might fuck him up a little bit, you know?
That was also, way before they met each other.
Well, that's true, but it's still
Hallo
something
tried to kill Midas, and he's still on her side.
I guess so.
Not that that is what Hallo did is a good thing, but rather in the terms of, Midas sees a future where Hallo is ridded of this curse and is so much happier for it he's gonna do whatever he can in order to go through with, making sure that happens. And the fact that Jean loves Hollow, but does not want to do this for her, in his mind is like just the worst kind of thing you can be.
Jean is kind of trapped by the thing that he is. And that's kind of like the big tragedy of these sort of like monster love stories. He's a monster and he can't really change that. And I think the thing he wants more than anything is for Hallow to also become that kind of monster so that, like, she could finally understand the world through his lens.
Jean seems just, as much as he loves Hollow, and he does love Hollow, he does not want what's best for her.
Oh no, in the grand scheme of things, like, killing people, not very good.
And Hollow doesn't want to do that.
But if Jean stopped killing people, he would die. Hallow can break that curse. Jean cannot. So what do you guys do?
God, if I could get like 5 minutes alone with Hollow.
Hallow, you said you wanted to try and go out and get the book, right?
I will get the book back.
Thank you, Hollow. I'll do my best to stick around until then.
I do not want you to get hurt.
Please, I don't want you to get hurt either. I need to go.
Where?
Do you see that house over there? I'm going to hide underneath it. Come there, okay?
Underneath?
Underneath the porch.
Please be careful.
I will.
I will get the book.
And he runs off.
Yeah. As Jean is running off, I imagine Hollow goes to go up with Millie. Midas is just happening to walk by.
Oh, just conveniently walking past.
He just, happens to be in the neighborhood,
Hello. Thanks so much for coming. Glad you could make it.
Hollow, are you alright?
I do not know
What did you two talk about?
what I am.
Not a lie.
What you are?
What if we cannot fix it? Neville said that he would hurt me. I have already hurt you. And I hurt that man back at the circus.
You mean Ichabod?
I did not tell anybody. But he found me. He tried to kill me.
He what?
I was in the infirmary, and when the medic left, he came in, and he tried to stab me.
Oh my god, when I was talking to the Ticketmaster.
What if we cannot fix what I am?
I don't know, Hollow.
Maybe it is better if I stay.
Here?
Isn't it where I belong?
Hollow, I don't even want to consider a situation where we don't get you the life that you want to live.
I do not know what to do. The Duke, he told me why it happened, why he gave me away.
What did he say?
He said that the General cursed me because he offended him at a ball by sneezing.
Are you fucking serious?
He said that they could not keep me because it would not do well for them in society to have a cursed child.
Did he have any sort of idea of how to uncurse you?
No, they simply replaced me. And she is in there, dying. I do not know what to do. I do not want Jean to get hurt. I do not want you to get hurt.
What do you want?
I don't know.
We've all been so preoccupied in speaking for you and saying that this would be right for you or that would be right for you. What do you want from life?
I have never thought about it. I have only spent my time thinking about how I was hurting other people and how I had to do it to survive.
Do you want to hurt other people?
I don't think so. But does anyone?
Midas kind of does a side-eye for a moment. He doesn't, it's gonna hurt him to say the answer to that. I can think of one person.
You are talking about Jean.
John wants you to stay like this.
Because he does not have a choice.
But you do. He doesn't want what's in your best interest.
He did not mean to hurt her.
No.
I do not mean to hurt others either.
But he wants you to stay like this, and he wants you, by extension, to continue hurting others.
I can only think of what will happen if we cannot fix me. If we cannot fix me, then I am just like him, no matter what he wants.
You're not like him, Hollow. You don't revel in what you have to do.
I care for him. I care for all of you as well.
Jean truly does love you, but I don't think he wants what's best for you.
How do you know that?
I can tell when people lie.
You were listening. She takes a step back.
Mostly for the sake of my own protection. I don't have great suspicions on him.
He will not hurt you.
No, but he is willing to endanger everyone else here. I don't want him to get hurt either, but we're talking about things so much greater than the rest of us here.
I do not want to be involved in a war. I do not want her to die. But perhaps I am envious. And perhaps it is my fault that she is dying.
I find the fault probably falls a bit more on your parents, if anything.
If I had been there, Jean would not have hurt anyone.
If it had been you, it wouldn't have been, fatal. Unfortunately, one of the two of them is going to die very soon.
I do not want it to be him.
Then what do we need to do to get him out of here?
I need the book.
Where is it?
Millie.
Millie with the bone chainsaw right now. Oh, good God. How do we go about getting that book off of her? Does she know?
Yes.
Let's move over back to Millie and Neville. You were running off to try and meet up with Millie after
Yeah, I mean, I saw Millie with a chainsaw. That's
Millie
sick.
does have a chainsaw. That is pretty sick. What does this look like?
The chainsaw or Neville running up? Because Neville running up looks like a 2000s comedy nerd running across the hall.
Okay. What do you say as you approach Millie?
Millie, is that a chainsaw?
Fuck yeah, it's chainsaw.
Where'd you get a chainsaw?
They gave it to me.
What? They gave it to you? They said we had to earn our weapons. I want a weapon.
Damn, that sucks for you.
I would argue Neville has a gun. Neville is one of the few people who actually does have a decent weapon now on this team.
Yeah, Neville's saying this as he has a rifle strapped to his back.
And just to remind you what the scene looks like, the Unseelie army is slowly pushing the Seelie troops back into the Bailey. They're slowly entering through the gates.
Right, that's not good.
Neville, do you say anything about that conversation?
And then Neville looks over and sees the face starting to push in, and he's like, oh, there's a lot of them. I forgot how many there were.
Yeah, no kidding. Why do you think they gave me a chainsaw? Well, they let me pick it, but...
That's nice. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine somebody willingly giving you a chainsaw. Like, here you go, Millie Bazaar. A chainsaw? Yeah.
I am so responsible.
Anyways, me and Peter did talk to those guys, or one of their generals. Are they generals? It wasn't fun.
Is a single general.
It wasn't fun. So I literally can't describe what it looked like.
Alright, that sucks.
But if you see a guy who makes you feel like you're at the dentist, I think you should chainsaw that one.
All right.
Oh, right. And one of them did steal Peter's name.
Is it good to chainsaw that guy?
Yeah, look for a guy who's like just a leg and a head.
There are a lot of them that are leg and a head. These Fachen are like the main foot soldiers. Or I guess, yeah,
Leg soldiers.
He's never getting that name back.
leg soldiers. You're not getting that name back. I mean, you can try, but...
I mean, after we kill him, could I just choose to go by that name again, or is that one just off limits now?
I don't know. Vivi, you're the expert Fae here.
Right.
Is there any rules against just, like, killing him and being like, I guess I'll go by Midas Gold again now?
Like, no, I don't think anybody would know who I am anymore, but also,
Oh, you're
like,
definitely not getting that move back.
That's a really interesting question. I can't say I know what would happen.
Well, we'll play to find out what happens.
either I get that, or I find a way to get my name back from him.
Or you pick a third name.
I got a great new name for you. It's Johnny Silverhand.
Ooh.
Wait, that's the guy from Cyberpunk. Never mind.
That is the guy from Cyberpunk. So what are you two doing, Neville and Millie? What is the actionable plan here?
So, like, I guess we're participating in a war?
I don't know, you tell me.
Thought I ran away from the commune to not get into a war.
Millie is going into the fray. I don't know about Neville.
Neville will follow a beautiful woman anywhere.
We don't need to get into the specifics of this. You watch as these, like, skeletal knights and these, like, weird one-legged, one-armed freaks are fighting. It's kind of pathetic to see them getting routed so badly by soldiers with one leg and one hand. But they're pretty skilled, you gotta admit.
I mean, they gotta be skilled. That's all they got.
But no, we don't need to get too much into the detail. If you want to make me a kick some ass to see...
Just to see how we do generally.
Just to see how Millie does generally. You haven't said that you're going into the fight yet, Neville.
I said Neville will follow a beautiful woman into anything.
Oh, that's true. Well, it sounds like Millie's taking the lead. You can provide a help out if the mood calls
I'm
for
backing
it.
fire.
Yes. Make me a plus tough roll, Millie Bizarre.
Okay, well, that's a 4.
Oh.
I never said I was good at fighting.
You do have a -1. We really should have had, like, an ass kicker on the team.
Linko Bizarre trips and dies.
No.
We should have had an ass kicker on the team. What do you think I'm trying to do every goddamn session?
Yeah, well, you're not trying to kick ass right now. You're trying to save your boyfriend.
God, get in here and fight in the war!
The
War!
Okay, so here's what happens. I think what this looks like is like, well, on a failure, you get your ass kicked. That's gonna be, I'm gonna say, what do I have here? 2 harm, you've kind of, like, reached the front lines, and one of these Fachen, just, like, parries a chainsaw, which is kind of sick as shit to look at in the moment. Until you get stabbed. I think you kind of, like, stumble backwards onto your back. Neville, you watch as Millie kind of, like, stumbles backwards, and one of these Fachen are, like, raising up a sword, potentially to try and deal a finishing blow. What do you do?
I shoot at that Fashin so it doesn't kill Millie.
This is this an act under pressure, or is this to deal harm as established? I think considering that it's kind of, like, tightly packed between all of these, like, guys, you're gonna really have to, like, make a shot here, and you're gonna have to make it quick. I think this is an act under pressure.
Okay, good. I actually have a +1 in that compared to a 0.
Make me a plus cool roll.
7! It counts!
Okay. Hard choice, price to pay, or worse outcome. You didn't bring bullets with you when you ran off, did you?
No.
This is gonna be your last shot.
Ah, beans.
You could probably still use this rifle as a bludgeon for what it's worth.
I already have a bludgeon.
But the point stands that what this looks like is you, like, realize as you're, like, loading in, oh, this is your last bullet. But then you, like, quickly raise it up and then bang! Just straight between the eyes of this Fachen. Millie, you can, like, retreat if you want, or you can keep going.
Oh god, that's a great question.
What are you gonna do, Milenko Bazaar? Are you going to fight or flight?
I think Millie has just enough stupid confidence to keep going.
I think what you see is you get up, you feel a hand actually like grab you by the back of your shirt and lift you up. The camera sees this is General Tongue. I don't think you've specifically met General Tongue, but he just says, "Oh, that was a close one. You're doing good though." From your position, you can see that behind the Fachen there are a couple Dullahans, headless horsemen, that are like not immediately charging, but it looks like they're trying to set up some kind of maneuver.
Alright.
But there is also just like a complete scrum of Fachen fighting with the knights. What do you do? And I think Neville can see this too.
Yay.
I wanna intercept the Dullahans, maybe?
So, what do you think intercepting the Dullahans look like? What did you have in mind?
Like, finding one of the guys that seems to be, like, leading their movement and getting his ass. Or her ass, women can fight.
I don't really think the either court has a very, like, binary sense of gender. But, I think if you want to do that, you're first gonna have to make an act under pressure roll to get past the Fachen.
Okay.
Because, like, this is still, like, a big scrum. You can't just, like, walk past them.
By the way, do I still need to choose my advanced improvement?
You don't have to do that right this second.
Can I do that right this second?
Yeah, you can. Why? What were you thinking of taking?
I was thinking of, get +1 to any rating and turning my -1 tough into a 0.
Go for it.
Because I feel like I could use that right about now.
Yeah, go for it.
Fuck yeah.
But, acting under pressure to get past this is going to be a cool roll, not a
Yes.
tough roll.
Yeah, I know. I just figured that, yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Give me a plus cool roll.
Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul.
I want to get lost in your rock and roll.
And drift away.
And it was for acting under pressure. That's a 6.
This is 6. Neville, can you think of a way to help out? Because this is, like, in help out territory.
To, like, perhaps distract the Fachin who are near Millie in enough of a way for her to slip by?
What does this distraction look like?
Surely there's something he can just start throwing at them.
I mean, yeah, sure, you can probably throw rocks or something.
Yeah.
You are going to be getting close enough that you're putting yourself in, like, danger too to do this, but you can totally run distraction.
Wait. I know this is the Fae court and not, like, a regular kingdom. Do they have horses?
Why, you want to get on a horse?
I want to get on a horse.
Okay, yeah, you get on a skeletal horse thing. Instead of hooves, it has human hands, and that's unpleasant, but we just gotta go with that now.
Yeah!
Okay. Rest assured, the human hands are still made out of hoof.
Yeah, it's still a cool roll.
Well, that's the exact same thing I did, so let's see if it works again. Yeah!
Wow, these rolls are so impressive this session.
It's
That's
a 7.
7.
But it is going to work.
It fucking works!
So what's going to happen here is that you're going to grant a +1 to the roll, but put yourself in danger. So first, Millie's going to get past, but I think there's a price to pay, and I think you're going to get cut a little bit, Millie. So that's going to be an extra 1 harm.
Ow, my arm.
Stop it.
Getting
Stop getting
harmed.
harmed.
But yeah, Neville, you run interference, and it is great. I think you're also going to take 1 harm, though, as, like, one of these Fachen, like, has a spear and just kind of chucks it at you, and it, like, grazes your side.
Ow.
But you do still have a horse.
And I'm on it.
Speaking of horses, Millie, you are now past if you want to do some kind of maneuver against the Dullahans.
Yay.
What were you imagining this, like, routing this maneuver looks like? You do still have your chainsaw. A lot of mischief you can get up to there.
I mean, they're horses. You could take out their legs. Wait, no, don't get close to those.
I mean, that is a strategy you could employ.
Millie runs up directly behind a horse.
I'm not that stupid. I think Millie is gonna find the guy who seems to be leading this, and she is going to try and taunt him into focusing on her and kind of, like, diverting him into the wrong direction. Is that anything?
Oh no, I think that's a good idea. I'm just trying to figure out what move that would be. I don't think that would be kick some ass. Would that be a manipulate someone roll?
To make them do what you want? I think so.
I think, I think I'm just going to let this work in that, like, well, what do you say to taunt him? Or, like, what do you do?
I'm swinging the chainsaw at his horse's legs.
When you say swing at the legs, do you mean like you're trying to cut them? Or, like, you're just trying to be like, ah, ah?
The latter.
Okay. I think this is going to work. This is going to divert them. The thing is that I think he's going to start charging at you now. So now you have a much more pressing issue to handle.
Oh boy.
What do you do?
I'm gonna do something that I did in the very first session. I want to make a blood clone of myself to have to make him chase.
Oh, Flux, it's cool.
It is cool, but he is, like, looking at you is the thing. Are you trying to, like, make this clone, like, in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then make him, like, unsure which one of us to chase.
Okay.
Also, when I use magic in a crowded and chaotic place, I take +1 forward.
Yeah, I'd say this is crowded and chaotic. I'm looking at use magic. I'm looking at the effects. What was the effect that we used last time for this? Wait, no, this was your illusions magic, right?
Yeah, when you weave an illusion, roll +weird.
Okay. Roll plus weird then. +1, too. Yeah, because we had this conversation is like, this isn't technically use magic, but it counts.
I actually rolled a d26.
Yeah, you did. I gotta say, a result of 30 is pretty good.
Let me try that again. A 9 is better.
I will state that out of 26, you rolled a 26. That's pretty good.
No, that is insane odds. It's just that it doesn't matter in the slightest in this context.
This is the opposite of Perry rolling a d2.
What does your illusions look on a 7 and 9?
It doesn't quite work. Misdirect or escape as with a 10+ result, but the keeper chooses one. Someone isn't fooled, or you gain unwelcome attention.
So I get to choose.
Yes.
I think you're going to gain unwelcome attention here. So as you're running past, you send your blood clone just sprinting across the battlefield, and, like, generally being a complete nuisance and menace to all of these Dullahans, right?
Yeah.
And then you stop to catch your breath and you look up, and, like, maybe 15 or 20 feet away from you, you see the armored joint mother, and riding it is a man that feels like the inside of your mouth.
Ugh.
Oh no, I'm going to the dentist.
Before we check in and see what happens there, what is Neville doing during this skirmish? It's kind of tied. It's kind of like equalized. It looks like the Dullahans behind the main Fachen footmen have been routed, have been, like, distracted by something. What are you doing in this situation?
Well, I've flipped my rifle around, and I'm swinging it like a club.
Are you trying to, like, help push back these soldiers?
Yeah, I'm just aiming for the heads and stuff.
Let's just quickly resolve this with a kick some ass roll then.
All right, that's something I've got nothing in.
Hey, it's not a negative.
It was a negative. 2d200, right?
Yeah, man. You
No.
got it.
We're gonna watch Perry throw down the 2d200 and roll, like, a 1.
No, I rolled a 9.
I think it's only fair if, the same thing that Millie got, which is, like, being, like, stabbed and slashed at, so that's 2 harm. But
Ow.
you are doing pretty good using the butt of your rifle as just, like, a bludgeon. What does this look like?
So you know Polo, the game Polo, where you ride on horses and you hit balls?
Yes.
Neville doesn't know what that is, but he's sure doing an accurate representation of it, but with leg people.
Yeah, you're just, like, riding past and then just, like, reaching down and sweeping at them.
Yeah.
With your help, it does seem like the, at least this initial assault is being pushed back.
That's awesome. I love that. That's great for me, right?
I mean, I think it's neutral for you. It's great for the Unseelie. I'm not sure where you stand on it.
I'm having a good time, so it's great for me.
I think General Tongue, during a lull, just looks at you and is like, whoa, that is some fine horsework there. How would you like to get an armament that truly complements that style?
What? I mean, yeah, awesome. Sounds awesome.
We have a little bit of time. It seems like they're retreating a little bit. Come with me.
Yeah, okay.
And this doesn't need to be like a whole scene, but I think you're going to get a lance.
Awesome!
Fuck yes.
So put this in your notes. This lance is 2 harm, large, piercing.
Yeah, baby, that's in my notes now.
Large specifically because, like, if you just, like, get off your horse and try and, like, swing it around, it's probably not gonna do too well. I think because you did so well, I think they also give you some bullets back.
Yeah!
I think that's reasonable. Moving back to Hallow and...
Hi.
What were you two doing now? What was the plan?
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, we just gotta fucking leave.
Like, leave the Fey realm, or...?
Yes.
Millie has the book, though. How do we get out?
I mean, clearly I think that means we have to go get Millie.
Yes, but how do we get Millie in on this plan? How do we, like... Holly, you gotta understand for a second. There is a guy out there who has my name now. It's very likely if I run out onto a battlefield, I'm just gonna start having to fight people. And I'm oh so frail, Hollow. I'm very weak.
I'm oh so frail, Hallow.
But also, there's absolutely no way Millie's going to give you that book.
Why wouldn't she?
I feel as though you are very firmly on the side of you know, your little compatriot here. I mean, does she know that? I left you two alone for a while.
She does not like Jean.
I mean, I don't particularly like him either. No offense.
Hallow's getting flashbacks to the facade conversation.
But, like, I don't know, Hollow, are you a good liar? It's not like we can send Jean to get the book.
That'd be a plan.
You know, I met a Jean Canuck at that camp who could shapeshift.
I think Jean can do that.
So who would Millie give the book to?
Her mother.
Why would she be here?
Why would anybody Millie knows be here? Malenko, I'm here to tell you to get the fuck out of Dodge.
I don't think, Hollow, you can probably lie that well to Millie, but maybe Jean disguised as you could?
I suppose that is an idea.
It's either that or I just run up and steal the book and run. But, like...
That is also an idea.
Decent odds I just start having to kill people out there and get myself killed.
You do not know that for sure. That is a risk you take, but I'm telling you right now that's not a foregone conclusion. If you want to try and take the book.
I don't know that well, Millie doesn't know what I know. Does Millie know about all of this shit with Jean?
What part?
What part? All of it. The fucking curse. The setup for all of this shit.
She does. She saw Therese in the palace.
I am assuming Therese is the other you?
Yes.
I had a whole vision about this person at the very start of this. I really should tell you guys when I have those.
You gotta stop Raven Simoning it up.
Yeah, it's my fault. 100%.
So what's the plan here? Are you going to go run interference, or are you going to go get Jean do it?
We could go ask.
I mean, we could go ask. Jean's run off. Who knows where he went? Maybe we need the book to find him.
He's, over there. Hallow watched him run off.
No. This is just what we tell Millie.
I think if you wanted to go try and find Jean to get him to do it, you could. I think it would probably need some kind of manipulate someone move to get him, like, out of his safe spot. But you know where he is. You don't need to, like, find him.
Dumb fucking war criminal over here.
I think you and I just have to run over and try and get the book off of Millie. I mean, if she's in the middle of fighting a bunch of people, like, what's she gonna do about a book? This is a plan that makes me feel like shit, but I'm really trying to help you out here. I'm trying to help Jean out. And that hurts.
But we can't leave without Millie and Neville.
We shove Jean through a portal and figure out the rest of this.
Okay, we can go try and get the book.
Is that the plan we're going with?
I guess so.
I think if you guys wanted to try and, like, see where Millie is, you could, like, maybe, like, climb up a parapet quickly. I'm sure there's some way up there. And, given that you have a way, like, out of the walls, it might be tough, but, if you climb the parapet, You might also see that Millie is facing down General Eternal Hunger. Or at the very least, Pete, you would be able to see this. I don't know if Hallow would be able to make out Eternal Hunger by sight from this distance. But you, Pete, you know that motherfucker on that armored joint mother. So what do you guys do?
I don't know. What do we do, Theo?
How the fuck did I not think of that a minute ago? I'll just send Selenis to do it.
Oh, duh!
Easy solution. Fuck is wrong with me? How did I forget that?
You abandoned your boy.
Your guy that the entire last hunt was about?
You're sending Selenis out then? I don't think this is a roll.
No, I'm just gonna while Millie is doing all of this shit, just going to nab the book and run.
Okay, so let's move the camera a little bit, let's rewind just a little bit to Millie. Millie. This joint mother, you've dealt with one of these bastards before, takes a step closer and you hear from the figure on top of it is like, "Well, hello there, girlie. What's a mortal like you doing out here?"
Here to push back your fucking army.
I wasn't quite sure about you at first, but that kind of blood magic, you can consider me impressed at the very least.
I wasn't trying to impress you.
This isn't a fight you're going to win. I suggest making your retreat.
I feel like that's not him saying that to me. I feel like that's Flux saying that to me.
Well, regardless of what you think, you feel a tugging at your jacket, and the book that you kept in your jacket is getting lifted out of your pockets. What do you do?
What the fuck? Millie is sufficiently distracted from the general. I hope you realize what you've just done, Selenis.
Even the general's like, what the fuck's happening? How's that happening? What's doing that?
I keep wanting to call him General Fear and Hunger.
You have a moment to react, because it does look like the general is also, he just kind of cocks his head. He's not really sure what's happening.
He's just like, huh?
Yeah, this wasn't part of the plan. So what do you do, Millie?
I guess I try to grab the book.
I think this is going to be an act under pressure to try and wrestle the book back from Selenis. I don't even know if you realize it's Selenis or if it's just some weird phenomenon. It's the Fey realm. Anything could happen. I don't know if you make that connection. Give me a plus, cool.
This is just some invisible fucker.
He wants that book.
Okay, well, I just got a 13, so give you that shit.
Now you succeed!
No!
Okay. Damn.
Oh!
Oh!
I really would have liked to use that good roll on something else, but give me the book.
Pete and Hallow, you watch as Pete, you see this specifically, elbows Selenis hard in the nose, and Selenis falls over.
Ooh. Oh man, poor guy.
And now General Hunger's just fascinating. And then you watch as General Hunger kicks up spurs, and the joint mother is advancing upon you now.
Shit. Millie was not ready for this. Is the fun thing.
Can you telepathically give orders to Selenis, Pete?
Of course.
Okay. Are you giving any a shitty Pokemon trainer right now?
At the moment, it's don't get crushed by that fucking thing.
Aye, Captain. Selenis is retreating.
I don't think he's getting too far. I think he's within range to still run back for the book a second time.
Oh, okay. What is Millie doing then?
Millie is starting to back away. She's realizing that she may have overstepped things here.
Uh-huh. I think my favorite thing about this is that Neville did not tell you the monster's weakness. I was thinking that during the conversation. You failed to say that, but that's okay.
Oops.
You're hot-footing it away then?
Yeah, I'm getting out of here.
I will say, I don't think this is a roll because I don't think General Hunger is trying to eat you. I think General Hunger is toying with you like a cat. He'll let you get away, but he's liking the chase. You just hear like a horrible bellowing laugh behind you. Are you trying to like get back into the Bailey? Or like, where's the destination here?
Back to the Bailey, I guess.
I think, the forces have retreated enough. I'm not going to make this a roll. I think you can, like, slink back in there.
Can I scoop Millie up on my horse?
I don't think you're outside right now. I think you're back in the palace
Aw.
in the armory, remember?
Oh, I haven't gone back out yet. Sad. Understandable.
But yes, I think that is where we stand with you. Pete and Hallow, you probably see this as well. Silenus is also running close behind.
Okay, great.
Quick cut back to Neville as you're walking through the palace. Guards are rushing past. I think the impression you get from hearing them speak is that it sounds like Therese is like really getting close to like going for good. I don't know if you would know what that means though. You weren't there for the explanation.
I don't think Neville knows any of the actual context for what's happening.
But you did tell Oberon, so I think you hear soldiers saying like, "We need to find that Jean Canuck. We need to get its heart or she'll die."
Huh.
Does that do anything for you?
I'm sorry, but calling himself Jean Canuck is really just the stupidest move.
He thought it was clever at the time.
It's maybe biting him in the ass in the long term.
Just right before we get back to outside, what is Neville doing as this scene plays out?
Neville is like, huh, wasn't that the guy that we came with? Thinking.
Neville's about to be like, holy shit, a chance to eradicate my romantic rival?
The chance.
Neville's doing it for completely non-noble reasons. Everybody is on like a fucking spectrum on whether or not they're doing this shit for good reasons or not, and what thing they're doing.
Well, it's not like I know where Jean is.
That's
yes, but the
fair.
party has been split across a fucking compass of are we killing him and are we doing it for good reasons or not?
Well, regardless, what is Neville doing? Where is Neville going?
At this point, does he see like Millie running back in?
Millie, are you going back into the palace or just the Bailey?
Just the Bailey.
Then no. You would have to go out to the Bailey too to see this.
I mean, I'm heading back out to the Bailey, I guess. Where else am I gonna go?
Fair. You head back out. You see Millie kind of like out of breath. Millie, you see Neville now has a shiny new lance, probably having a hard time carrying it, but like, you know.
Yeah, it's like, it's Millie, look what I got!
And then I think Millie gets taken to the ground again by another invisible force.
Ah, Millie!
Do you think it would make sense for Pete and Hallow to be coming up like behind Silenus?
Just like Pete's just like, hey, we didn't even do that one. That's a real invisible fae that time.
You tell me what happens here.
Pete's like, whoa, that's so crazy that you tripped.
No, look, Silenus is right over there, see? And there's just like a glove sitting on the floor.
He like rips his tie off and throws it. He's over there.
Look, he's running away with it.
Oh my god, that's crazy! I think that after the first failed attempt and seeing Millie and Neville go not into war territory would prompt Hallow to like start going after, just in case Silenus fucks it up again. If Pete wants to follow her, he totally can.
Okay.
I think he's gonna watch this from a distance because those two have weapons and he does not.
Okay.
Pete does not win a fight with anyone at the moment.
Millie, is it safe to say you're invisible wrestling again?
Yes.
Do you put it together that this is Silenus, or regardless, both Neville and Hallow are approaching you. What does this look like? What happens next?
Millie is just kind of hissing and spitting. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude?
Hallow's just going to she's gonna sit back for a minute, see how Silenus's attack 2 goes.
And Neville, what are you doing?
Neville's running up like, whoa, what's happening here?
Invisible Force wants that book.
And then he's going to try to, he's leaping and he's going for the Invisible Force as well. With a steel
Oh my
chair.
god.
Get off of Millie!
I don't think an Invisible Force can beat a 2-on-1.
He just like bang him over the head and he just drops in a Family Guy pose.
That only Peter can see. Yeah.
Only Pete can see it. You just hear like the very distinct sound of like a tunk.
Yeah, Selenis's attempt number 2, thanks to Neville, is going to fail.
Great. All right. This is why Hallow followed.
Okay, what are you doing, Hallow?
Hallow sees Millie and, well, from her perspective, Millie and Neville are fighting the air right now.
Mm-hmm.
She can only presume that this means Selenis has failed again.
Yeah.
So she decides to take matters into her own hands.
Okay,
Terrifying.
What do you
You
mean?
people are so lucky all the time that Hallows Eve Venison is on your team.
What does this look like?
Well, first, in order to get the book, Hallow presumes that she has to get them to stop fighting, so that no one gets, like, stabbed, because those two have weapons. She doesn't really know if Selenis can get stabbed, but Millie and Neville can sure get stabbed, and if one of them misses, well...
So how are you getting them to stop fighting?
Hallow immediately grabs Neville as, she presumes he is a lot weaker than Millie, and drags him away.
Ah,
Neville's like, yes, it's happening.
I'm being scruffed like a fucking puppy.
Yes.
Yeah. And she's going to play dumb. What are you guys doing?
Some shit-ass invisible force keeps trying to steal things from me.
What things?
Well, the book for starters.
It really is just the book.
It's just the book.
Which, like, you can feel is getting tugged a third time now.
Stop!
I don't know if Selenis' heart is in it now, though.
It's not.
He's just doing it because he has to.
Millie, would you have like a hair clip or something that he can like snag and run with just so that he gets some level of accomplishment?
Help me, God. Yeah, sure.
You just like you see it run away, and you can see just by the motion that it's moving away at that there's like more joy in that than anything that's happened in this whole session.
He's so happy.
Selenis is no longer trying to get the book, is what I'm hearing. So
Great,
what
great.
happens next?
Oh, can I have it back?
What? Yeah, you can. Yeah, fucking sure. You could have just asked.
You were fighting an army.
Yeah, I meant after that.
You give the book over?
Hallow neglects to say why they needed it so urgently, but Millie's gonna give it to her without a fight, then Millie's gonna give it to her without a fight.
Yeah, what did you need it for anyway? You could have just fucking waited. I mean, did you see that guy I was fighting? Did you see the dentist mouth guy? Fighting is a very big word for what Millie did. What Millie did was run away.
I think we have to leave. There is no way we can take on an army by ourselves. Hallow is now holding the book like it's the most precious thing she's ever owned.
I imagine Neville is still being held in your hand, though, just sort of dangling there.
Yeah. I will go find Jean.
Are you sure we can just leave them to this war?
Do you think there is anything we can do?
I mean, I was fucking helping.
They are looking for him. We should at least get him out of here.
Just as a reminder, Millie, you know that in order to save Therese, you know what has to be done.
Yes. Millie kind of makes a face. He's the one who's causing all of this, though. If they have him, won't this end?
I don't think they will stop fighting if we give him to them. It is beyond him now.
Still, I don't feel good about that bastard. Not saying I want him to die, I'm saying none of this feels right to me.
It is difficult, but I do not want him to die, so we should help him get out.
Neville, do you have an opinion in this?
Neville just raises his hand and goes, "Excuse me, can I express my opinion as the least related party possible next to Millie? Can't we just get the fuck out of here?
See?
I don't feel good leaving this war to rage. I mean,
I don't think we can stop a war. What? I don't think you can just end a war by killing people.
I
mean,
didn't
like, one
say we could
person.
end the war by killing people. What I'm saying is that we're not monster hunters if we don't save as many people as possible.
I will also say, as a fan of your hunters, I think you may get, like, an idea that if you take out General Hunger, this thing might start to crumble. So it's not impossible. I did not give you an impossible hunt.
I didn't think so.
Like, there is the general guy, but look at him. He's Mouth. What are we supposed to do against Mouth?
Maybe if we took out his speed, he'd be helpless?
I'd like to also remind you that Pete did get the weakness to general hunger. Pete, are you listening in on this conversation?
Oh yeah, I can hear it all.
Are you jumping in on this conversation then?
I'm listening from a distance.
Well, is that a no then?
Well, here's the thing, right? Is like, we have to stop this war. Like, it goes against the Hunter's agenda not to solve this problem.
If you guys want to leave, I'll let you leave. You will go into what comes next as if the clock just immediately snapped to midnight.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bad shit happens when you leave. My suggestion is we open a portal and we just kind of shove Jean through it.
Okay, but is this conversation happening in character?
I'm just gonna, like, pretend like I was running in from far away. Here comes Pete, running from right around the corner. He's trying to make it look like he was coming from far away. He's pretending to be a bit out of breath. He's actually just been listening the whole time. Okay, I'm back.
If we take out his steed, would he be helpless?
I don't think so. I think he'd be less helped. You're talking about that big fucked up guy, right? Well, the one that's on a steed?
Yeah, the one that makes me feel like I'm at the dentist.
Ugh.
I feel like we don't have a lot of time to just sit here and not make a decision. Do we fight or do we flight?
Me.
I want to get Jean out.
I want to stop this war.
I think the way we stop this war is by stopping this attack, truthfully. I mean, God's sake, even if we do fix the shit with our heart, that only matters to the Seelie, not the Unseelie. The Unseelie are just retaliating. I don't think they give a shit.
I will also say, remember that the only place so far that you've seen a cold iron weapon is with Therese.
Can't we, like, only kill the guys like that with, like, what was it? Hot iron. No.
No,
Wet
that's not what
iron?
it is.
Cold iron?
Fays have to be
Yeah.
killed with cold iron.
And I don't have any cold iron bullets. And I don't think this lance is cold iron either. And I definitely don't think your chainsaw is cold iron.
This chainsaw's made out of bone.
You would know, Pete, that the woman in your vision at the start of this was holding cold iron.
Which tells me that she's not a Fae.
I think you already put it together earlier.
Yeah, no, I
that,
put the
like,
pieces together already.
Mhm.
It's just that's a nice detail to help link things together mentally. Well, I know one place we can get cold iron. I don't know how Hollow's dad's gonna feel about it.
What do you mean?
Was Therese the name you said earlier?
Yes.
Well, she's got a cold iron blade.
Oh, so she does.
And unless one of you is holding out on me and does have cold iron, I suggest we get to grabbing. I mean, it feels very much like desecrating what is about to be a corpse, but it's that or die.
I think she'd forgive us.
I don't think she's going to be around long enough to forgive us.
I guess? Should one of us stay out here to keep distracting or something? I don't know.
It's up to you. What do you guys want to do?
If you really want to fight, then I will help. I would not be able to forgive myself if I went to fight and he got found.
Why don't you take the book and go get him out of here while we get the blade?
Do you think it is wise to go against my father without me present?
Then I'll do the spell.
Neville raises his hand. I don't think anything we do is wise.
This is true.
Hollow, if you think that in order to get that blade that you're going to need to talk to your father, then I'll take the book and I'll get Jean out of here. I'm the only other person who knows where he is.
Do you know how to do it?
I'm sure the two of us can figure it out. I'm sure he can figure it out.
She seems apprehensive at the idea.
What about Millie? Millie's the magic one here.
Does Millie know where Jean is?
Millie probably doesn't want to see him right now.
Millie will probably kill Jean if left alone with him. That heart is still on the table, baby. We're not out of time just yet.
What? That's definitely not why I recommended it be Millie. Of course not.
That'd be crazy.
Well, time is passing. You guys are going to have to make a decision.
Hollow, give me the book.
No, I will go help Jean. I stand out far too much in the castle. I will go let him get back to the mortal realm, and I will join you. Think that's a wise idea, don't you?
Well, I know one sort of way to try and get a knife away from someone.
So that's the plan then?
I think so.
I guess so.
Okay.
It seems like the wisest idea to me, just because it is true that Hallow looks exactly like the dead woman.